Assalamu alaikum student. You already have studied that all living things need energy to move and to grow. But how we get this energy? We get energy by breaking down food substances. As you already know that we get energy from food and food is digested into our digestive system and being absorbed into the blood. Then this food is carried to the all parts of the body to every cell. Along with food, we also need something else to get energy. We need oxygen. Our lungs take oxygen from the air during breathing process or respiration. Think about what would be our topic today? Yes, today our topic is respiratory system. The objectives of our lesson today. Today we have to understand what is respiration and breathing, parts of respiratory system, process of respiration, how do we breathe, and also we have to do comparison of breathing with burning. What is breathing? These kids are taking oxygen in and exhaling carbon dioxide out. Simply, we can say that breathing is the process that moves air in and out of the lungs. Then what is respiration? We need oxygen and food to get energy. This is called respiration. Let's look the proper definition of respiration. Respiration is the process by which cells of an organism obtain oxygen from air and use glucose of the food to produce energy, carbon dioxide and water. What is respiratory system? The parts of body which are used in the process of breathing form respiratory system. Let's check the parts of respiratory system. The respiratory system starts from nose. Second part is throat. Then throat ends to trachea. Trachea is divided into bronchi and bronchi goes to the lungs. All these parts are the parts of respiratory system. What is the process of respiration? The process of respiration, as you know, starts from nose. Air enters through nose and moves towards the throat. Nose has hair and mucus. It performs three types of the function. Hair and mucus cleans moisture and warm the air. What is mucus? Mucus is a sticky liquid inside of our nose. Dust particles and germs present in air stick to the mucus as it is a sticky liquid. So, it cleans the air. From nose, air enters to the throat and then it passes from larynx and from there it goes to windpipe. In our throat there are two pipes. One is called food pipe and other is windpipe. There is epiglottis. It is a kind of flap. Epiglottis allows things to go down the right way. When we breathe, it lets the air move in the windpipe. And when we eat, it lets the food enter into the food pipe. The function of larynx. In larynx, vocal cords are present to produce sound. Our windpipe is made up of C-shaped rings of cartilage. Cartilage is a white, soft bone. These rings keep our windpipe open for the entry and passage of the air. From throat, air moves to the windpipe. Windpipe is called trachea. There is mucus and tiny hair inside the trachea which filter the air. Windpipe or trachea is divided into two pipes called bronchi. Singular is known as bronchus. Bronchi carry air from trachea into the lungs. In lungs, bronchi is divided into smaller branches or smaller tubes called bronchioles. At the end of each bronchiole, tiny air sacs are present. These are called alveoli. The alveoli are surrounded by blood capillaries. When we breathe in, the air enters the lungs and reaches the alveoli. Oxygen of air passes through the walls of alveoli into the capillaries, and the red blood cells carry this oxygen to every cell of our body. Cells in our body use oxygen and food to produce energy and carbon dioxide. The blood brings carbon dioxide back to the lungs, and carbon dioxide leaves our body when we breathe out. Let's overview the respiratory system. We have studied that from nose air enters into the throat. Throat has two parts, epiglottis and larynx. Epiglottis allows air to move to the windpipe by larynx. Windpipe is also called trachea. It is made up of cartilaginous rings. Trachea or windpipe is further divided into two branches called bronchi. Bronchi in the lungs is further divided into bronchioles, and at the end of these bronchioles there are air sacs called alveoli. In alveoli there are capillaries. Air enters from nose and reaches to the air sacs, and from these capillaries oxygen is absorbed and moves towards the cells, and from there, when energy is produced by the combination of oxygen during respiration, then carbon dioxide is produced. Blood carries that carbon dioxide back to the alveoli, and from there it moves out of the nose. How do we breathe? There are two steps of breathing. One is known as inhaling and other is exhaling. With the help of two types of muscles, we breathe. One is intercostal muscle of ribs. Ribs are bones which cover our chest. And second is dome-shaped diaphragm. Inhaling. When the intercostal muscles pull the ribs outwards and the diaphragm contracts, the air enters into the lungs. Exhaling. When the intercostal muscles and diaphragm both relaxes, the air moves out of the lungs. Now let's see a comparison between breathing and burning. There are some similarities as well as differences between breathing and burning. Both release energy by using some fuel. For example, for breathing we use food and for burning we use petrol as a fuel. Both use oxygen and release carbon dioxide. There are some differences between breathing and burning. The rate at which energy is released by both process is different. During breathing, release of energy is slow, and during burning, release of energy is very fast. The rate of releasing energy can be controlled during breathing, but the rate of releasing energy cannot be controlled during burning. Let's have a review what we have understood today. Students, we have studied today what is respiration and breathing. We have studied respiratory system and understood its parts, process of respiration, how do we breathe, and comparison of breathing and burning. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you.